Hi, you're listening to What the FFF, a show inspired by the FabFitFun community where we sit down with experts from our team, brand founders, and other fun guests to talk about all things beauty, fashion, fitness, wellness, and home. I'm Amanda, and I'm the manager of merchandising strategy here at FabFitFun, and today we have Rachel Berg joining us, the VP of Global Marketing at Ole Henriksen, to talk about all the amazing products we have featured in this year's fall box. A reminder that if you want a closer look at the products we're talking about, feel free to join in on our YouTube channel. And if you're not a member yet, stick around till the end of the show and we'll have a code for you to join. Let's get into it. Hi, Rachel. Welcome to the podcast. It is such a pleasure to talk to you today. Can you tell our listeners about Ole Henriksen and your role at the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Rachel Berg. I lead global marketing for the OleHenriksen team. So my role at the company is really to lead a group of global marketers around the globe to tell our brand story to as many people as possible and connect with them and see how our brand can fit into their lives.
Yeah, and how long have you been at the brand?
So I've been with the brand almost 3 years.
Amazing. And just to get it out of the way, I know we've talked about it before, but pronunciation. So it's Ole Henriksen.
Ole Henriksen.
Okay,
yes.
Great. It is a Danish brand and a Danish founder, so the pronunciation can be tricky.
Yes. We get Ole a lot.
Yeah.
Ole. Yes.
Yes.
The way I'm thinking of it right now is like, ooh la la.
Yeah.
He does say that sometimes. But yeah, Ula.
Amazing. So speaking of the founder himself, he is known to be, the happiest man in skincare. He really has an amazing, vibrant personality. Does that translate to the culture of the company?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the joy that man exudes, like when you meet him, you leave happier. And so that
Rachel,
really.
who are you talking about?
Ula.
No, who? His name is Ula?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So Ole Henriksen is a man.
Got it.
So he founded the skincare brand about 40 years ago. And, but yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. So, when you talk about tried and true brands, Ole really comes to mind because it was founded in, the early 80s and has been a cult favorite ever since. What do you think makes the brand special?
I think our founder adds a lot to that. So he started this brand out of his own personal journey and really founded the brand on not only loving your skin, but loving yourself.
Yeah.
And so that joy just, I think, really permeates. And so it's not just a skincare brand with amazing products. It's also a brand that brings you amazing joy and experience that comes along with using it.
I totally agree, and he's definitely a great example of amazing skincare. He looks incredible.
His skin is phenomenal. You would not know he's 73.
Wow.
It's insane. He has better skin quality than I do.
I need to see it in person one day.
Yes, we'll make that happen.
On camera, it really translates. So what's it like, being the head of marketing? What's it like working with a founder that's so engaged with customers and content and wanting to share his knowledge?
Yeah, it's really fun. I think that's probably the first word that comes to mind for me. There's just such passion that comes from him. And when you're working in marketing, there's so many brands you could work for. And so being able to work for someone whose vision and mission you believe in, and then he's a joy to work with, is just it's really fun and meaningful at the same time.
Definitely, I can see that. And as we've said, the brand's been around for decades, but since you've been at the company, how has the brand evolved?
Yeah, so the company I think has evolved so much since its inception. But really since I've been on the brand, we've taken a lot of time to really focus and go back to our roots. What do we stand for? What was the brand founded on? What makes us so special? And really bringing that forward to our everyday. How do we bring it to life in every social post, every influencer interaction? And really thinking about that. Ula, he jokes sometimes that like I'm the boss, or Sarah, who our general manager, is the boss. But really, he is super involved, but he trusts the amazing, powerful women that are behind the brand, and very fortunate to work with all of them. So it's evolved in that way where it's we have people working on the brand who were not alive when the brand was founded, and bringing fresh new perspective for our core clients.
That's amazing. It's important to have, a group of women that use the product, or women and men, and are passionate about the brand.
Yeah.
So in this box, what I'm really excited about is we not only have one of the Ole Henriksen products, but multiple. Feel free to correct me if I ever say the name wrong.
It's okay.
Ole Henriksen.
I say it with my Los Angeles accent, so we're fine.
Well, and I have a Polish accent, so really, lots of accents in the mix. And I want to start with the Truth Serum because this is one of your first bestsellers that's been around for, again, decades. And I'm so excited that we have it in the box. It's the hydrating vitamin C serum.
If I put this Truth Serum on Ellie right now, is she going to tell the truth?
Oh, it might work that way. She'll definitely be glowing.
Definitely glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Smells good too.
Well, speaking of truth, what I think is really interesting is the brand is divided into these franchises. There's 4 of them. Can you tell us a bit about that and the decision behind that and the Truth line in specific?
Yeah, so we've built the brand based on franchises to help people navigate it and know the benefit they're looking for. So when we think about the Truth franchise, it's really all about brightening. So if you want brighter, even toned skin, that's where you go. So I think the orange color really exudes that. And one of our primary ingredients within the Truth collection is vitamin C. Ole was a pioneer when it came to vitamin C.
Absolutely.
And one of the first people to bring it to the market. And so we have a lot of different formulations within that franchise, but the Truth Serum in particular, I think, is a really great vitamin C serum that just, I would say it's a great place to start. It's very hydrating. It's an easy introduction to the ingredient. It makes skin bouncier and glowier and also helps with that evening of skin tone as well.
Yeah, and what I really love about the franchises is they're really easy to understand with the color and kind of the messaging behind them. And, the vitamin C serum, this one specifically, the Truth Serum, has really stood the test of time, which I think is one of the best kind of compliments of a product. What is the benefit of using vitamin C or the serum in particular in someone's skincare?
Yeah, so with vitamin C, the first thing that comes to mind when someone asks me about it, it is really about that brightening effect. So giving your skin a bit more glow to it. And, this product, I think, not only gives you a bit of that like instant glow, it also helps over time, making skin brighter. Vitamin C is also great because it's an antioxidant. So it also is really great in terms of like helping skin defend itself against like free radicals and stuff like that. So it's just a really amazing ingredient. And the way this one's formulated, with orange extract and aloe juice as well, it's super hydrating.
Right. And it's also great for anti-aging, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're sort of like thinking about it for the first time, it's a really great product to add into your regimen to help you maintain that youth.
Right. And I know that Ole's story really started with, some acne problems. So I'm sure it's really great for brightening any acne scarring or anything of that sort.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely. Vitamin C is a great ingredient for that. I think sometimes when you do have acne-prone skin, and I had acne, I think that's why I connect with Ole so much. We have very similar stories, and this whole brand was born out of his like transformation from that. Yeah. And so it is such a great ingredient to make sure your skin like stays healthy, right? I think when you have acne, you pick at your skin, you almost like you overdo it.
Absolutely.
But you have to remember, you're not just trying to take away the acne, you're also trying to give back to your skin to make it healthier.
Definitely. I know when I had acne, I would use so many products to try and scrub it off and brighten it and all these different steps. And what I learned throughout time is you really have to keep it simple and keep it really mindful of everything you use on your skin, or else you're continuing to aggravate it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The worst thing you can do for your skin when you have acne is aggravate it. The best thing you can do is nurture it, care for it, make sure you keep that skin barrier really, really strong.
Absolutely. So I know you mentioned this is a great introductory product.
Yeah.
So how would you recommend our members use it? Morning, night, daily, etc.?
Yeah. So you can use it morning and night. I prefer to use it in the morning, mostly because I have I wouldn't say complex skincare routine, but I do have a very specific routine for morning and night. I'm a little old now, and I give my skin a little extra care that way. But I definitely recommend it in the morning. It's a great, once you have a clean face, putting it on as that first layer, or putting on ahead of your moisturizer and your SPF.
And are there any are there people with any type of skin type that should avoid the product or anything of that sort? Is it good for everybody?
Yeah, it's designed for all skin types. We really do focus our products to be designed for all skin types. We do a lot of rigorous testing on them. What I would say when adding any active to your skincare regimen is always make sure you test it out, see how your skin reacts to it, and then, can then amp it up from there. It's just always smart to do. Everyone's skin's so different, and so you need to really listen to your skin and what it needs as you're introducing new products.
Definitely. And then when you say active, what do you mean active?
So when I say active, I mean, more than just I think of something like a very basic cleanser, or like when I think about some of the drugstore brands like a Cetaphil or a CeraVe, very simple. And, they just they have glycerin, they moisturize, and that's about it. When I say active, it's like something that's actively working. So when I think of like vitamin C's, I think of alpha hydroxy acids, retinol. So anytime you're adding something that it more actively works on your skin versus just kind of sits there, I guess is how I would describe an active.
Got it. And so going off of that, and this product being one of the most iconic, or one of the first iconic products in the line, Ole is known for, the Ole-Glow and really the concept of that. Can you explain, what that is?
Yeah, so the Ole-Glow, other than just a hashtag we use on social media, the Ole-Glow really came out of a lot of the work that Ole did in his namesake spa. Yeah. And it was born from really his approach of making sure you love yourself and your skin. And so the Ole-Glow is really, yes, it's a skin effect when your skin is glowing from the inside out. It's healthy, it's glowy, but it's also some of that like joy and happiness and love of yourself and your own skin that radiates from inside out, excuse me.
Yes. Yeah. That's definitely important for, the skincare really to be radiating from the inside out. And Ole not only, started, before he started the brand, as you said, with a spa, he was a celebrity facialist.
Yes, one of the first ones.
Yeah, one of the first ones. And I learned that Laura Dern, one of his clients, coined the term in the 90s. Is that right?
That is correct.
That's a pretty cool fun fact.
Yeah, no, it is. And, if he were here today, he'd probably tell you about everyone he worked on. But Laura Dern was the one. She was getting ready, I believe, for a red carpet. Yeah. And she was so happy with how he transformed her skin. She just gave him a big hug and was like, "You gave me the Ole-Glow." And it really stuck after that.
That's amazing.
It was that pure happiness in addition to the reflection on her skin.
Yeah. And it's always very exciting to know, the founder behind the brand actually, knows how to execute a routine, and being a facialist, that's, amazing experience for starting a brand and learning from clients on a daily basis. I feel like that's just incredible expertise.
Yeah, and I think it really helps because when you build your brand from a place of actually working on skin, skin.
Exactly.
And, I think that is a key differentiator versus brands that weren't founded by an esthetician or a dermatologist who really understood skin first and then created the products.
Yeah, and just kind of being the face of the brand versus actually, the face and the heart of the brand and all the experience. And going along with the product, the brand has this concept of finding your glow cycle to really complement your routine and really understand what other products needs to be used in tandem to have the best benefits to the skin. So with this product in particular, what would you recommend our members use to really, emphasize the benefits?
Yeah, so I would definitely use that first. I would then apply the Banana Bright Instant Glow Moisturizer. So this just launched this year.
Just so exciting.
It's an incredible product. It has vitamin C in it. Actually, has a more advanced vitamin C in it with gold complex in it. Has niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, polyglutamic acid, some Scandinavian ingredients as well, and just super hydrating. So definitely, I think when you're using a serum, always apply a moisturizer after it. We also have another purple moisturizer called Strength that pairs nicely with it, and then SPF. Absolutely. Like, you asked me my skincare non-negotiable, it would be SPF. Absolutely putting that on top, and that's in the box too.
That's in the box too. So that's really,
What do you know?
I added both to my hands, and they are glowing. I don't know if you can see on camera, but they look amazing.
No, it's really special because as I mentioned, we've worked with the brand. It's a member favorite, but to have multiple products to try and layer in your routine to get in the box, that's really kind of the ultimate experience, I imagine. And you mentioned that, we talked about the active ingredient. It's okay to layer the active ingredients in the products.
Yeah. Oh, in this box, yes, absolutely. Yeah. You can layer vitamin C on vitamin C.
Amazing. Yes. Amazing. And, people always do say that SPF is so important for protecting your skin when using vitamin C, or in general to emphasize the effects of vitamin C. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think what SPF does is it protects your skin. So, at the end of the day, the sun is out there, the sun is harsh, and yes, vitamin C has properties that help your skin defend against some of the free radicals and the environmental aggressors that are out there. But SPF really acts as a blocker. So this is a mineral sunscreen, which is my personal preference, is to use mineral sunscreens. Especially on my face, because my skin's a little bit more sensitive, and that just works better for me. But absolutely, it helps to amplify the effects because it's protecting your skin. Similarly, if you're using like acids or a retinol or something else at night, you should be using SPF during the day because your skin is just going to be a little bit more sensitive to sunlight as well. So it's definitely something that they talk a lot about the 10-year-olds at Sephora, and I laugh a little bit about that. But because I only had like my skincare routine was like Noxzema, like Neutrogena, all those like old school brands when I was growing up. But SPF would be like the one product where I'm like, you should be using that when you're a kid as well.
And it will truly have, that baby's bottom smooth skin when we're in our 30s, 40s, 50s.
Exactly. I wish
I
would have started.
You did mention mineral sunscreen. What's the difference between mineral and is there another type of sunscreen?
Yeah, so there's mineral sunscreens and there's chemical sunscreens. And mineral sunscreens act as more of like a block, so the sun bounces off, whereas the chemical sunscreens, it kind of absorbs the sunlight. And it does break down. But they're both, I think my golden rule is like you find a sunscreen that you love and use it.
Yeah.
Whether your preference is to go with more of a chemical sunscreen, which sometimes have better aesthetics. This one actually is like probably one of the best mineral sunscreens I've ever tried. And use it. But my preference is mineral. Yeah.
That's really helpful information to know about the various kinds of sunscreens. And I personally prefer mineral as well. I think it's really great at also not clogging pores, etc.
Yeah, and this one has niacinamide as well, which helps with pores. So it's a really great one.
Protecting and treating at the same time.
Yes.
Amazing. So moving on to another product I wanted to talk about, which is the Pout Preserve lip treatment that we have in this box. Also one of your newest products over the past few years.
Yes.
And one that has absolutely taken over the internet by storm. Tinted lip balms in general have been very trending over the past few years, I feel like, but this one definitely went viral when it launched.
Yes. It's sold out a few times.
In the marketplace, yeah. It's sold out a few times, so it's so special to have it in our box available to our members. I'm very excited about that. I'm a big fan myself. So among all the different, lip treatments, tinted lip treatments, what do you think makes this one special?
So I think what makes this one special is just the formula itself. Riva Berg, who's our lead chemist, is just one of the best chemists in the game. And the way that she formulated this with lip-specific peptides, cocoa butter, there's vitamin E in it. It's so hydrating and nourishing. I have had chronic chapped lips my entire life. Like I remember being like in 3rd grade with cherry chapstick and like, my lips were just so, I've always been that way. And there's a lot of really, obviously the marketplace is advanced. There's a lot of really great products on the market, but I will say time and time again, we hear people telling us that they just love how hydrating it is, how long it lasts, how it plumps their lips, and really just makes their lips feel healthy. And now that we have the different tints, obviously it has been enabled us to grow the franchise and give people what they want from us, which is more flavors and more colors.
Absolutely. I can attest. It's my favorite lip lip treatment, the peptides really are so hydrating. And, you know, this lip treatment is advertised to plump. Can you tell us, our members, is it tingling? Like, does it feel, what does it feel like?
Yeah, so no, it's not. So anytime you have like a lip treatment that kind of tingles, it has, I think it has like some added things in it to help it kind of like tingle your lips, irritate them a little bit and plump them. Not in a bad way, but I think that's what it is. This really plumps because it has the hydrating ingredients, and the peptides are really what are helping with that plumping of the skin.
And it's supposed to plump our lips over time, right?
Yes,
it's
yes. How do my lips look?
They look plump, they look hydrated, they look amazing.
Yes,
If I'm trying to plump my lips, I just use some hot sauce. Like, I eat some chicken wings and then...
you could do that, or you could use pop preserve. So I know, I mean, so many people love this product, and it's fun to see. Even my 13-year-old niece loves it. So
definitely, it's cool to see kind of these treatments that are very hydrating also have these, you know, amazing tints that act like makeup basically. And I love that we have this shade in particular, the Coca Creme, because it reminds me of that 90s aesthetic that's really trending, you know, kind of the Cindy Crawford lip with the, you know, darker kind of brownie tint. It's my favorite. Personally, is this your favorite shade as well?
So it's one of it's
like picking your children.
Exactly. It depends what I'm in the mood for. So if I'm going to do a little bit more color, I love it. If I want something that's a little bit more pinky, I go with our strawberry one. But I absolutely love this one as well. So I'm actually, I have it on right now. I have a little liner on, but I really do love this one. Yeah,
and it suits everybody. I feel like all the shades suit all skin tones. So our members can be sure that, you know, it'll look good on them no matter makeup, no makeup. It really kind of, I feel like it's accentuated differently depending on if I have a bare face or full makeup, but it always looks good.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think at first it's like a little intimidating because you're like, oh, like cocoa, is it brown, is it chocolate? But it actually has this like really nice mauve, like deep color to it. That's really nice.
Exactly. So for you, you know, working in marketing, what's it like when you launch a product? And I'm sure every time, you know, you have the conviction of it being the best in the marketplace, but then, you know, when the audience actually picks up on it and the product goes viral and everybody wants to try it and it sells out, what's that experience like on your side?
Yeah, it's exciting. Anytime a video like starts like approaching 1 million views, you get so excited, or you just start seeing it in your feed. And so our CEO, she always sends me TikToks when she sees something, and it's like, it's really, really fun. So we get excited. And it's almost like the new measure of success in marketing to a degree. It wasn't like that. I mean, I've been in the industry a really long time. And you know, you didn't even have TikTok like 5 years ago, right? And so it is super exciting to see things go viral, but go viral because they love it. And it's like, I want to use this. This works. This is like one of the best of the best. And so it's really exciting to see that happen. Everyone shares, gets excited. We share. It's fun.
I got to imagine it feels a little bit different to see it come from like such an organic, authentic medium, because in the past there was always like, you saw it on TV, but that wasn't other people sharing it. It was the brand promoting it. But now when it goes viral, you kind of have that like feedback of like, hey, other people really like it because they're bringing it to the, you know, the algorithm or whatever.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's really exciting. I think, you know, the way that marketing has shifted with social media, with TikTok, and like you hear so much from the people who are buying and using your products, which is also really exciting. You have that direct line to understand what they want, what they like, and what they don't like. I mean, there's some things that go viral and you're like, oh, okay, maybe we can learn from this, right?
For sure.
Which is pretty helpful.
It really is. So I think it's really exciting to hear from people directly that love the product.
Absolutely, and that's ultimately
my
what
urine fell out.
I saw something
I don't know where the back is. We'll just put it in my pocket next to my pouch.
Yeah, it's really great to hear from consumers, and you know that's what our brand is all about, is listening to our members, and it's really fun to see like a brand like yours is also really engaging with the audience. As I mentioned, I mean, I love seeing your founder on your social media sites and all the fun content. It really really shows you're listening to what the consumers are saying and taking into consideration and showing the behind the scenes, etc. So you know, with the as we mentioned, products do go viral these days, and skincare trends have become such a thing. I mean, I swear, almost every day there's a new trend. People are trying crazy things all the time. What's your take on, you know, the crazy skincare trends out there or helpful skincare trends out there?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's really interesting, especially when, you know, going back to TikTok and how you have a lot of micro trends, right? You used to have like seasonal or like yearly trends when it came to skincare, when it came to makeup, and now you see something new pop up every day. You know, what I would say is I think some of them are really fun, and I think those tend to be more of the makeup trends. I think that, you know, I never say never to any trend, but I think you have to really think about it and like understand, like, will this work for me? Will this work for my skin? I think there are some that, like, why not try it?
Yeah.
But at the other time, there are some that can be scary. Like I read another article and like people are contouring with SPF, and that got me a little scared.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so never say never, but I do think, you know, when it comes to skincare in particular, you have to really be mindful of what's the trend, what is it going to do to my skin, what are the ingredients, what are the products that they're suggesting I use to make this happen. And I think influencers themselves are becoming more responsible when it comes to trends that are going viral and testing them out and giving you their perspective on it, helping the consumer be a little less reactionary to these trends that maybe you should investigate before trying.
Definitely. And, you know, there's this trend called slugging that's very popular.
Sorry, you said
slugging. Popular in skincare, which is really,
I'm interested.
You know, layering all the products, and you know, I feel like it's giving yourself that glazed donut effect with all the layers of skincare. But on your website, I learned about kind of a different take on that called slicking. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so slugging, I think, comes from like, you know, really like putting that like Vaseline type layer of goop on your skin. Slicking is really about sealing in your skincare steps and your hydration with an oil. And so that's really, I think, the key difference. They're very similar in terms of what you would get from results, only I find slicking with an oil to be a little bit less gooey.
Yeah. So, you know, how would our members go about trying this trend? So is it literally, you know, doing the skincare steps we mentioned today, maybe skipping SPF and just going into an oil at the very end?
Yeah, so at night, I would say, and that's when I would recommend doing it. But yeah, your serum, whatever you're using, your moisturizer, and then putting on an oil. We have one, it's called the Hydro Barrier Oil. Probably something that I never would have tried on my skin, but that's actually one thing that, you know, that I have learned from Ula is like Scandinavian, like berry oils are actually so full of antioxidants that they're actually really good and nourishing for skin. So all you would have to do is like just put a thin layer on over your moisturizer, and it kind of seals it all in, and then you wake up and you're like super, super glowy.
Yeah. It's fascinating how, you know, these things come to life and then you try them out and they become a staple in your routine. Have you tried slicking? And if so, you know, how often should somebody do that a week?
Yeah, so yes, I have. And I do it probably almost every night.
Every night?
Yes.
Okay.
So, she's a nightly slicker.
I'm a nightly slicker.
Some might say a city slicker. No, I'm just
I do live in 2 cities. So I'm on a plane all the time. Like I take pride in like my diamond medallion stats because I fly a lot. And because of that though, my skin is super, super dry and drier than it's ever been. And as I've gotten a little bit older as well, I've really noticed that. So by slicking, I actually have been able to like help with my dry skin, which has been really great. So it's been, for me personally, it's been a phenomenal add to my skincare routine given how much I'm up in the air. Yeah.
That's amazing. See, I have oily skin, so daily always scares me because there's this myth that if you have oily skin, if you keep adding layers of product, your skin will be more oily. But I know that's actually not true because, you know, we're always trying to protect our moisture barrier. So it's something I do want to try. Maybe I'll start with like once a week.
Yeah, I think with anything, like try it out, see what it works. I mean, I think at the end of the day, with skincare, consistency is key. So if you're seeing something start to work for you, continue with it.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. You know, I think with anything, don't overdo it.
I do think the slicking is more approachable than slugging because, again, for an oily skin person, putting a whole kind of Vaseline look on is even more intimidating. So I'm excited to try that. Are there any other cool or unconventional trends that, you know, you learned from Ole himself that have become a staple in your routine?
Yeah, so I never used acids. I mean, I used like hyaluronic acid. I've used, you know, when I had acne, I used sal acid, but I never used like alpha hydroxy or PHAs, like polyhydroxy acids before. And until I worked on the brand and started talking to Ole about it. And I will tell you right now, like that is the key to his skin. So he uses them at night.
Yeah.
So I rotate alpha hydroxy acids into my routine at night. And that's something that I never would have done. But what it does do is it's like that gentle chemical exfoliation that really helps kind of slough off the dead skin cells and make your skin texture just like so much like smoother and brighter. And especially if I'm going to be on camera like today, I'll use acids the night before to really make sure I kind of get off all the dead skin cells so my makeup lays better.
That's really interesting because, you know, acids are another one of those things that tend to be intimidating.
Yeah.
They're intimidating in name themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
To give it a try. But, you know, if Ole is recommending to, then we have to. I mean, he looks incredible.
Yeah.
Are there any, you know, skincare rules in the company that, you know, he's recommended himself or in general through all the skincare experts that is an absolute no-no, like never do?
In terms of like product, I don't think I could say like consistently. I will say though, like every chemist that I've worked with, every scientist, like Ole, you know, dermatologist you talk to, it's really about making sure less is more. So really understanding the ingredients you use during the day and at night. I think it really is about like care, right? Because if anything too harsh or like picking at your skin, I think it's more of what you do with it. Like I think than the ingredients themselves. It's just really being mindful about like, you know, gently like applying things to your skin, you know, making sure you're taking care because your skin is delicate, especially on your face. And, you know, I think we forget like our skin's our biggest organ too. And so I think one of the other things that Ole has really taught me is it's like, you have to like caring for your skin is not just about what products you put on. It's a big part of it, but it's also about how you care for yourself and making sure you get enough. You know, he eats blueberries every morning for breakfast because it's like the antioxidants. Yeah, so that's another, and walnuts. He's a big walnut. I'm not a big walnut person, but you know, really making sure that you think about like what you're putting into your body in addition to what you're putting onto it because it will impact your skin. It is your largest organ.
It seems like a big trend on a lot of the people we've been chatting to is a lot of people are talking about the benefits of what you're putting in your body as well as all these other products as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where the brand started. So the brand was founded because Ole had cystic acne and he met, I don't know how to describe her, but she was like a holistic skin healer and she really helped him understand like.
Sounds like a good description.
Yeah, helped take care of his skin. And like cleared cystic acne, but it was about both like the wellness aspects of it, both mental and physical, and then also what he put on his skin.
Yeah, you kind of look at what you ingest or else the skincare, I feel like it's just like a Band-Aid. But what you were saying about kind of the application method really made me think of, you know, the background of the brand really delivering that spa experience, right? Because that's where it all started. And there are still spas out there that, you know, our members could go, OleHenriksen Spas. Where are they located? Where can our members go?
So there's only one OleHenriksen Spa
in Los Angeles,
in West Hollywood, just up on Sunset.
It's a really beautiful one. I haven't been, but I really want to try. Have you been?
I have. So I actually used to go there before I worked on the brand and
No
would
way.
fangirl when I'd see Ole like prancing down the sidewalk. But yeah, no, it's a great place. There's a lot of like great body treatments. I prefer the red carpet facial.
Oh, the red carpet facial.
Yeah. It's a fan favorite for a lot of people who go on red carpets.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have to go and try, and it's really great to know that, you know, where the brand started, it really continues to, you know, prosper and really continue to learn from the clients, I'm sure, that come to the spa and use the treatments, etc. Okay, great. So that about wraps up all my questions. Thank you so much for, you know, answering everything we wanted to chat about here today. If our members wanted to follow the brand and follow the founder, where would they find you?
So we are on every social media platform. It's at Ole Henriksen. I should probably spell it because
please do, because it actually, the spelling is actually, I think, easier than the pronunciation.
It is, which I think is why people pronounce it differently, because it's, you know, in Danish, it's there's like an versus like in California, naturally, I think you say Ole.
Yeah.
So, but it's Ole Henriksen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's O-L-E.
Yes. Henriksen.
Yes. So that should be easy to find. I'm so excited for our members to try the product or maybe restock on the products in our box. I think they're going to absolutely love them.
I hope so. And I think they will too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's truly been a pleasure.
Yeah, I've had fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. The code I mentioned at the top of the show is fall time. Be sure to let us know what other topics you'd like us to cover by connecting with us on social at FabFitFun. We'll see you next time.